In today's upload, I'm just going to mention briefly the ongoing issue of how I'm nursing the medical conditions that were caused for me, the head injuries, the back injuries that weren't treated by the general practitioner that was made aware of my physical ailments between 2017 and the present date. This also brings to public knowledge the issue of practitioners that have been assistants to the culprits of treason and slander of my character. Now, as I live on my own as a peaceful citizen, and as there are obligations of aforementioned agents of society that haven't fulfilled their obligations to my royal patronage, and that are fully aware of the very precious life fragments from my light body that were damaged as a newly married mother. So there was a scepter in my body, on my spine, and there were other beautiful light fragments of my body that have been damaged throughout this treasonous offence. And there have been individuals that have not been making reparations for their slander, damages, harms and losses caused to my child and I. So the issue of my royal hereditary being assaulted by individuals of property theft on my farm holdings of my marriage and ancestry of 200 years. These people in the past 3 years have caused the most embarrassing situations for women and children's rights. There have been individuals that have discussed and negotiated my fortunes and property that they have no entitlement to. So there's a very serious issue of not just the scepter, a very special light fragment of my body, but also the other light fragments of my body that were damaged in 2016, 2017, 2018. The government have been made aware, the Ombudsman have been made aware, the DPP, GSOC, the Medical Council, the Mental Health Commission have been made aware of people trespassing onto my property, private property, all based on false information and unlawful detainments, violations to my freedom to accommodate people stealing from my wealth and property, and involved in issues that they've caused to my son. So I'm here nursing my injuries and ailments that the relevant practitioners did not tend to. The Medical Council were made aware. The Mental Health Commission have been made aware of the slanderous practitioners that have been violating whistleblower protection laws. The individuals preying on my royal patronage, my personal belongings, my property, my child, my wealth, my profession, my purpose, all of these of my entitlements that I have earned clean, fair, and within the boundaries of all set circumstances and parameters. These people have just perpetrated the biggest, blunderous, outrageous, unforgivable, inexcusable and intolerable offence against women and children's rights in a democracy in 2021. And this has been going on for the past 3 to 4 years, and I'm still waiting for the relevant agents of the society that are to uphold the democracy to actually address and to repair and to reimburse for my experiences that are simply due to treason and hate crime. So there are people overlooking a few laws. There are people of very dangerous slander. There are people of offences to my son that any mother would be absolutely devastated about. And there are a collective group of people in a community that are utilising my light fragments, negotiating and discussing my light fragments from my spiritual royal experience, my royal path, my royal journey. It is a journey. I've had an outrageously fantastic world experience, and there are individuals that have laid claim to my spiritual experience and the rewards of my spiritual experience. The damages to my child is inexcusable for any agents of society to be ignoring. The government were made aware of this in 2017, and in the meantime the individuals of fallacy, fraudulence and forgery and false allegations, etc., against a law-abiding citizen, a private royal that's living in this condition, these circumstances, when my property and wealth and fortune and my entitlements are being disrespected, has been brought also to the attention of the European Court of Human Rights in 2019. So it's pretty serious that the relevant representatives of the democracy that are representatives of the people, they're only the representatives and they have an obligation to my hereditary. And the very fact that these representatives that are to uphold the Constitution and the democracy are discussing and negotiating my farm holdings, my child, my wealth, my property, etc., with individuals that have desecrated and disrespected the Constitution is an ill foreboding for the future, unfortunately. To damage any sacred light, to alter any sacred light of a universal light worker, I'm finding it very difficult to comprehend the motives, objectives, the rationale, the justification of any representative of the Constitution to avoid and evade without communication, without valid explanations, without reparations. I'm finding it very, very difficult to comprehend how these individuals consider their purpose anyway acceptable in society. So as I've mentioned in previous uploads, those that have harmed, insulted, defamed, disrespected my son and I in an unlawful situation, outrageous treason is occurring against a very, very precious bloodline. Those individuals that have disrespected are simply not welcome on my farm holdings of my marriage and my ancestors of the Mcelligotts. I'm bringing that to the attention of those that have trespassed and intruded, and the representatives of the Constitution that are supposed to uphold and safeguard royal patronage, that have avoided their obligations and that are facilitating any wrongdoings or failings or negligence in favour of property theft or financial theft, and the damages to my sacred light body simply is not tolerable or forgivable. So that's as much as I'll say for now. That's the simple fact of the matter. It's very outrageous. So I hope all the representatives of women and children's rights are fully aware of how serious a situation has been caused.